Sweets and Tarot, and today I'm doing a video response to one of my fave chicas, MsTracyTwo. A while back she created a spread called the Jahari Window Tarot Spread. So this is my response to that, the hashtag Jahari Window Tarot Spread. I figured since it was a lovely day that I'd come out here. It is a little bit windy, so I do apologize for the wind tunnel sound. I decided to use my Dame Darcy tarot, which I keep in my lovely little pouch here. MsTracyTwo had kind of created this little window spread where one quadrant would be things that you are out in the open with in your life. You know, everybody knows this about you, you know this about yourself. The other quadrant is things that maybe you are blind to but everybody else can see. Isn't that always the case sometimes, where we can always, you know, be the super deep psychologist in our friends' lives, yet we seem to lack that in-depth knowledge in our own lives. Okay, over here in the next quadrant we have things that we'd rather keep hidden from everybody else. So nobody else knows about it except you. And then the very last quadrant is the unknown. So something that is unknown not only to you, but also to those people around you. So this is, I would say, kind of a very, very sensitive spread. So I haven't looked at these cards yet, so I'm not quite sure what will come up and what I'm actually sharing with you guys. But hey, since we're all about sharing ourselves, let's go ahead and jump into this. Quadrant number one. What is it that I am out in the open with that everybody else knows about me as well? And here we have the Justice card, which coincidentally is attached to Libra, and I am a Libra moon. So everybody knows that I have a somewhat overdeveloped sense of justice, and I know this of myself. I get bent out of shape when I see people run red lights, when people break the law, when people don't follow through with things that they say they're gonna do, when I see people lying, like, I have like this like Mondo, like a-hole police officer inside my body, like so everybody knows this about me, and I definitely know this about myself. I am always weighing the scales of justice. I'm all about things being just and fair and right to everyone. You know, I hate when people lie or cheat or steal, you know, all the things that our society deems immoral or taboo. I'm like, no, things need to be fair. Why would you do that to somebody else, you know? So, you know, I'm all about equality and things like that. So, yep. This next quadrant, what am I blind to but everybody else seems to see? So I'm a little hesitant here. Let's take a look. Okay, here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, she's been coming up for me a lot lately, actually, so I 100% understand what this is trying to tell me. Everybody else sees me as, you know, basically living the high life, that I have a pretty good life. I have a beautiful home, I have an awesome boyfriend, I have my little Puma, I have a stable career, I have money in the bank, you know, I have a truck that's paid off. Like, I don't have much to worry about. I'm in perfect health. I mean, sure, I got a little wonky heart, but you know, I keep her under control, and you know, so everybody sees me as this, you know, I'm in control of my body, I'm strong, I have, you know, this beautiful life, and for me, I'm always seeing it as it's not enough, I need more, I could do better, I could, you know, be doing more in the gym, I could be cleaning up my diet a lot more, we could be doing more with the house, the yard needs to be mowed, you know. I'm always looking at what's wrong, whereas everybody else is always looking at what's right in my life. And I think I need to pay more attention to this. And yes, I do daily gratitudes, but I think I need to start looking at the big picture in my life. Quadrant number 3, this is the one that I'm most nervous about. This is what I keep hidden from everyone around me, everyone that I love and all of my friends. But I know this about myself, so let's see what I keep hidden. Ooh. And here we have the Judgment card. Okay, so I see this as twofold. I see this not only as the awakening, you know, where when it comes to my, you know, tarot reading abilities, my ability to connect with spirit and things like that, I am freely, you know, I'm free to talk about it with you guys, you know, because this is our community. I have a select, you know, group of friends that I also talk about this with, but I hold some things back. You know, my boyfriend obviously knows all this stuff about me. But with a lot of family members, a lot of people I meet, I still hold a lot of this back. I hold a lot about what I've, you know, awakened to. Sometimes I play dumb, or, you know, like, oh, I didn't know that, or I try to like fit in with the crowd sometimes, where I go along and think certain things are silly just to please everybody else. And that's, unfortunately, I'm working on that. Well, not unfortunately that I'm working on that, but unfortunate that that's something that I still feel pressured in society with. But it's something that I've been more open about, so this is kind of being less. And then I said that this was twofold. I think that, you know, when it comes to actual judgment, you know, judging people, that because I'm such a harsh critic of myself, I tend to be also very harsh with my friends, you know, like I because I have that justice card in the background. I'm like, why, you know, my friends will be like, oh, you know, I want to get in shape, you know, and I'm like, great, you know, and they want me to help them get in shape, and then we never meet up, and 5 years pass and nothing happens, and I get really pissed off. I'm like, you know, because I want my friends to live long, healthy lives. I want them to be around for their children for a good long time. And when I see them, like, you know, from the outside, like what I see is like messing up, like, why don't you, you know, do this? Why don't you try to eat better? Why don't you try to work out more? You know, and I can, you know, and I see all this, but then I have to remember, that's not your life, okay? That's their lives. That's, you go work on yourself. But I tend to place that judgment sometimes on my friends, or, you know, if, let's say I have a few friends that are struggling financially, I do all I can to help them out, of course, if they ever ask for my help. And sometimes I do it without them asking for my help. But, you know, they'll come to me and say, oh, you know, we're struggling with this or that, or, you know, we can't afford health insurance and things like that. But then I see them buying extravagant gifts. It just is like, you know. You know, but then I have to remember, okay, Miss Judgy Pants, you know, that's not your life. You just have to be there for your friends. You don't have to judge your friends, and you don't have to tell them what to do. You're not their mom. So that's kind of what I keep hidden. I have this like overprotective, I want to help you help yourself kind of thing, and basically I need to just back off. Okay, our very last quadrant over here is the what's unknown to myself and to other people. So this is interesting. Let's see if I can understand this one. Okay, Six of Cups. Okay, what I'm getting with this, you know, because obviously we know sometimes the Six of Cups can mean nostalgia. But I think what's hidden to myself and to other people, I think the reasons I do certain things, you know, I always say that, you know, my grandparents and my parents raised me in another era, you know, because they're all from not even their own eras, if that makes sense. You know, my grandparents were born in the late 1930s, but they talked and they spoke and lived like they were in the Great Depression. You know, like my whole life, you know, I grew up watching, you know, Leave It to Beaver and Happy Days, and, you know, I grew up watching old shows instead of like newer shows. So it was weird that, you know, like my boyfriend's mother and I, where she was like in her 60s, you know, she passed away at 69, her and I could relate to shows growing up. It was kind of weird, you know. So I think why sometimes people have a hard time figuring out why I do certain things or I act a certain way is I kind of almost feel like I'm from another era, you know. And so sometimes that's even like weird to me, like, why would I do that? You know, and it's, that's something I should definitely look into. So that's interesting. That was the hashtag Jahari Window Tarot spread put on by the one and only beautiful Miss Tracy 2. So definitely jump in on this. I know since this was put out a while ago, there's already a lot of people that have done this spread. I found it very fascinating. Wow, there's a lot for me to ponder, especially with that Six of Cups and that Judgment card. So yeah, wow, this was kind of vulnerable, y'all. If you guys want to catch a reading with me, make sure you head on over to my shop, which is linked below, www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. That'll also link you to my Etsy shop, where I have lots more wonderful readings for you guys to choose from. Room and body sprays, magical healing salves, bracelets, lots of goodies. And don't forget to head over to patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot. Where I am actually currently working on my very first oracle deck, and I have some other things planned. So if you want to be a part of that, please jump on over to that. Plus you guys get a lot of freebies in the process. And if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And I will catch you spiritual homies later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.